Welcome back to NBA Cinema. So today we're going to check out why Victor Wembanyama took this matchup with Jabari Smith Jr. and Dillon Brooks personally. And when you think of the Spurs and Houston Rockets rivalry, what I personally trace it back to is back in 1995 when David Robinson won the MVP and Hakeem Olajuwon felt like that was supposed to be his. And what he went on to do to him in the playoffs is stuff of legend. And I feel like from that moment, and they were winning championships at the time, then you look a few years later, San Antonio won, and they continued to win to the tune of 5 total titles, man. So when you look at that, that's where I think the rivalry personally comes from. But we're going to look at Wemby, and we're going to look at his reaction to being drafted by the Houston Rockets.
Goes to the Houston Rockets.
So when he posted that, Jabari Smith Jr. noted on his Twitter timeline to show that he was making mental note of when he faced Wemby. And that didn't go unnoticed by Wemby. And also, Dillon Brooks was asked about was he impressed with Victor Wembanyama, and this is what he had to say.
What was some of your major takeaways from seeing Wemby for the first time in person?
He's tall. That's really it.
So tonight we saw Victor Wembanyama come out slow, settling from the perimeter early on in the game, taking some ill-advised shots and not starting inside out. That's what I like to see from his game. But I'm going to show you a few plays. He meets Jabari Smith Jr. at the rim, not once, but twice to send a message. He catches this lob, turns backwards in transition on Dillon Brooks. And last but not least, he puts this beautiful spin move on Jabari Smith Jr. and just shows how special he is with his length to take off from one side and finish on the other side in a way that probably, you might see Giannis or somebody do that, but not many people have the athleticism or the physical gifts to make this play look so fluid. And I wanted to highlight those plays because Victor Wembanyama is hearing the noise. He's hearing the chatter. He's hearing what these guys have to say about him. And as far as Houston and the Spurs, those two teams are in a rebuild. Now, Houston brought in a few veterans, but their core is young. And these guys are kind of like mentors to them, or at least that's the reason they were brought in. They brought in Ime Udoka in the mindset that he can transform this into what the Celtics have become. Now, I don't foresee that happening with the talent they have, but maybe they could become a decent playoff team. Because I really like Sengun's game. He's a really good player. But you also have the San Antonio Spurs, who have a young core, Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, and Victor Wembanyama. And Victor, very special guy, is going to have to get stronger to be able to hold his position, but you can see him fill out the game as it goes along. Keldon Johnson's tough as nails, will rebound, finish in transition, guard the toughest guy, and make like the dirty plays that you need. And I don't mean dirty in a bad way. I mean loose balls, scrums, diving into the front row to save a loose ball, that type of stuff. A big charge, a big block, anything you need. Devin Vassell's a very smooth scorer, but he also plays with a high motor. So looking at it, man, I just want to highlight those plays with Wemby, and you could see the rivalry reigniting. My point in saying all that about those players is they're both young and they feel like it's not enough room in Texas for both teams because they're both trying to achieve the same thing, and they happen to be in a rebuild at this time. So I want to know what you guys think about this, and Wemby took this matchup personally. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, peace.
I acknowledge that it was my first ever, NBA win, and it just made me proud, for a moment, proud of myself. And of course, it's just one win, and we got a whole lot more to come and a whole lot more tough games to come. So focus on the next one, but I'm still very proud.
Keldon with the game, or Victor with the game on the line in the last minute. You asked for the ball and Keldon gave it to you. What did that mean to you to kind of have earned that trust from him? And then can you take us through that play where you did tie the game?
I would give the ball to him too. You know, it's just that confidence that we got towards one another with Keldon, but also with every one of my other teammates. You know, and it's, you know, that trust. Of course, it's gained, but it's also, you know, the relations we got as teammates on and off the court, and this is why I love this team. Is just everyone trusts each other, and we know we got a long way to go, but we stick together, and I'm sure we're gonna stick together even through tough times. So yeah, he knows I'm that guy, so and I know he's that guy, so it makes sense that we pass the ball to each other.
That layup on Jabari.
The one to tie the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when it's time to get a bucket, you gotta get it done.